In 1894, a sandwich was invented inside an exclusive gambling club that most Americans weren't allowed to enter. But just 9 years later, Good Housekeeping put it in every kitchen in America. Hello, and welcome to the Iron Spoon Kitchen, where today the Iron Spoon is on 3 slices of bread. And next to it is some turkey, some bacon, tomato, pickles, lettuce. I think you know what we're going to do. We're going to be making a club sandwich. And this sandwich has a wonderful history, and I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. But the first time I had a club sandwich was in 5th grade. It was the last day of school, and my school was in downtown Galveston. And my dad picked us up, and as a little treat, he took us out to eat. And he asked where we wanted to go, and my sister and I said, well, let's go to Walgreens. And back then, Walgreens had a little cafe in it and a lunch counter. And so I opened up the menu thinking, probably I'm gonna get a hamburger, but I saw this thing called a club sandwich. And I said, that's for me. And I have been in love with that club sandwich ever since. But I really had no idea where the history came from. And so today, we're both gonna learn a little bit about the history of the club sandwich. Or I should say the clubhouse sandwich. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this bread, and I'm going to leave the crust on the top and the bottom, but I am going to take the crust off the middle one, the middle slice. And this is very exact science here. Maybe you need to come over here and take a look at how I'm doing this. Because cutting the crust off of bread, whoa, let me tell you, this is some really difficult things to do. So come over here a little bit closer. Okay, now you can see the genuine technique of crust cutting. What we do is we line up over here, and then we go here. Then we turn it this way and go that way. Well, let's just cut the crust off. It's not square, but that's okay. But there you go, that's your technique for cutting crust. I've put a little bit of butter in here so that we can toast our bread for our club sandwich. And while that's getting ready, let me tell you a little bit about the history of the clubhouse sandwich. Okay, I've got the butter melted. And let's put in our bread to get toasted. And the year 1903 is a significant year because it's the oldest known published recipe for the club sandwich. And it was published in Good Housekeeping Everyday's Cookbook, or Good Housekeeping Everyday Cookbook. And it made the club sandwich into an everyday item. But it started off at the Saratoga Club House, which was pretty much the most widely accepted origin story for the club sandwich. It was part of the Saratoga Club House, and it was a prominent gambling house in Saratoga Springs, New York. And in 1894, that is when it is officially born. And interestingly enough, the structure of it was just simply 2 pieces of bread. The 3 pieces of bread came around a little bit later. But it was started by owner John Morrissey, and he was a bare knuckle fighter. And he started it back in the late 19th century. And he found out that this was a great way to feed people who were gambling. And so Morrissey realized that America's ultra wealthy wanted a place to spend their money. And so he founded the iconic Saratoga racecourse or racetrack in 1863. And he invested $190,000 to build the accompanying luxury casino. And it opened by Morrissey in 1870, the Saratoga Club House then. And it was the pinnacle truly of the Gilded Age. And it was exclusive. It was just a men's club. But what's important is that you could be that it was not for locals. It was a club for people who were from out of town. He did not want the locals gambling there, because then you end up with too much trouble. So according to the lore, a wealthy member returned to the clubhouse late one night and the kitchen was closed. And so he just took a couple of pieces of bread and some leftover chicken or turkey and some bacon and some tomatoes and lettuce and built himself a sandwich. And so that is one way that it is credited that it came about. But it didn't become really a global boom until you get to about the 1920s, and you start to see it in advertising. And here's some advertising samples of the day. And that's when you start to see the 3 layers, not just the 2 layers that were there. So it's a fascinating history there for that. I think we've got this almost done. I'll finish this up and we'll start building our sandwich. Before we finish with the club sandwich, I have another little sandwich to show you, and this is one of the simplest ones to make. And it is with cream cheese and then chopped up black olives or chopped up green olives. And it's as simple as you can get. Come on over a little closer and I'll show you how to mix it all up. It's truly as simple as I said. So I've got a little bit of cream cheese here. I've got some chopped up black olives. And and the cream cheese has been sitting out for a while to get soft. And then we're going to take a little bit of our bread, put it on there, and you have a delicious little hors d'oeuvre. Or you can make a regular sandwich out of it. And you can do the same thing with the chopped up green olives. In fact, I think I like the green olives a little bit better. Well, here we go with the rest of it. And and just so you know, I did fry up the bacon a little bit earlier. Now let's get this put together. So I've got some mayonnaise here. A little mustard. The mustard and mayonnaise to me seems to go together well.
Please pardon this interruption. We want to remind you to like and subscribe. It makes a difference. We now return you to your regularly scheduled program.
Even with the turkey, it gives a little bit of a spice to it. And then it's pretty simple from here. You know how to make a sandwich. So let's put our turkey here. And then let's put another piece right there. It's going to be a big sandwich. And let's go ahead and put a little layer of lettuce there. Some pickles. Nice fresh piece of tomato. Our middle layer. Our freshly cooked bacon. Let's see, I'm going to cut off that edge. And for this, make sure you have just the crispy part of the bacon. You don't want anyone to get, something like gristle or something like that on there. I got a couple of pieces of lettuce left over. And you can put, cheese on it too if you want to. But here we go. This is it. Let's take a look. Let's get that cut now. And now it's time to really test the knife skills. Let's see if we can cut this into the diamond shapes. We're making progress. That bacon. There we go. Okay, we got that one done. You see that bacon? Now let's do it for our triangles. Okay, I've got it all cut up into the 4 little squares. I would recommend making sure that your bread is perfectly rectangular. It will make a difference cutting it up into the little triangles since you want to follow that tradition. But one of the things before we taste it is that, I said this was at the Saratoga Club, and they had gambling there. It was part of the Saratoga racetrack, which is still there today. And but this was from Galveston. This is from the Hollywood Dinner Club. This is a menu there this is from the mid-30s. And this was an elite club also. And but it wasn't just strictly for men. It wasn't just a men's club. But it was open to, but it had gambling. It was open to everybody. But you had to be really rich because look at this. Let me find it. Sandwiches. Here we go. The Clubhouse sandwich. It doesn't just say club. It says Clubhouse. $1.25. That would be about $30 today. Can you imagine paying $30 for a sandwich? I mean, it better have a lot of good stuff on it, which this does. But again, that Saratoga Club, that was for the elite of the elite, like the Vanderbilts, Mark Twain. I think even President Grant went there. So let's give this a taste now and see if we have success with our Clubhouse sandwich. My favorite. That is delicious. No doubt about it. As most of you know, having that fresh tomato on there makes all the difference in the world. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed the history of the club sandwich or the Clubhouse sandwich, and that you'll make this yourself. It doesn't have to be 3 pieces of bread, but that is what distinguishes it from all the other sandwiches nowadays. And of course, it's very close. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, isn't that a BLT just with turkey? And I'd have to agree with you. That's exactly what I thought too. Let's pay $30 for it. You could get like 50 sandwiches for that if you make it at home. Okay, well, thank you for joining me today in the Iron Spoon Kitchen for the Clubhouse sandwich.